Hi everyone, I'm Erica Schmidt, and this is my video of the first chapter in our book. Um, Here's my picture. I I created my visual in sort of a staircase because I think over the years there have been different theories for language acquisition for children, and as they've slowly evolved into new theories, it seems that um, as each new theory came about, they took something from the old theory to kind of build upon or to use as something that they maybe completely disagreed with. Um, and so I thought a staircase would be a good representation of kind of that progression. Um, and then if you start down here with this little guy, he's thinking like, how do I get up these stairs? And that's kind of the question of language acquisition. How does a kid learn? And so the behaviorist is the first stop, and they're using imitation and practice. And so I drew a an adult um, showing the child how to walk up the stairs, and the child um, is learning to walk by practicing and watching what they're doing. And, um, and then we move on to the innatist um, theory. And the innatist theory, you have the kid, and he has the innatist theory perspective is that a child is born with kind of like a universal grammar. They're born with the idea of like they know how to do things. However, that there's this critical period where if they don't learn something in the right amount of time, then they um, either won't be able to learn it or it will be extraordinarily difficult. And so for this picture, I'm going to zoom in sort of. The person is thinking because they already have it in their head and the progression of walking or crawling to walking to climbing stairs, and there's a certain progression that has to happen before you can learn how to climb stairs. And then um, moving on to the interactionist or developmentalist, um, they kind of more believe that learning occurs when the child is developmentally ready, and that so I drew a picture of a child and an adult, but the adult is kind of there being that scaffolding piece, helping the child do something that they wouldn't be able to do on their own, but it's just a little beyond their reach, not way beyond their age, kind of that one plus thing. Adults help children do something that's just beyond their reach. And in the interactionist and developmental perspective, um, the child's cognitive ability plays a big role, so that instead of having that timeline where if they don't learn it at this particular time, they won't be able to learn it, um, they say that the learning is going to occur when the child is developmentally ready for that stage. So, like in that timeline sense, kids might be hitting this crawling stage at different spans of time, or the walking, or the going up the stairs, depending on what they're developmentally ready for. Um, and so that's kind of my visual representation. And the stairs goes on because there's likely to be more theories someday as we learn more about how children develop their language. And then one of the questions that I had after reading this was um, was if cognitive development is of a child is a factor in language acquisition, which I totally think it is. How do we best help students learn their second language if they haven't yet hit those needed milestones in their first language. So I feel like the from the chapter, it seemed like the first and second language really play an important role in with each other. And so if they haven't hit those milestones in their first language, how can we as teachers help them meet still develop along um, uh, in their second language? Thanks for watching.